Monster Michael Todd versus Oleg Petrenko for the world title at 105 kilos in Michael Todd's hometown. Michael simply couldn't have afforded to lose this match. Before the match started, I was joking by saying that I hope Michael wins this title because otherwise they would have to give him the 115 kg world title match because somehow for some reason they really want to see Michael Todd become a world champion because he has been a champion in many leagues but not at East versus West or King of the Table. And finally, good news for Michael Todd fans, he really did it. Round 1 was a bit lucky for Michael when he slipped against Oleg. To me it looked like his fingers went under the pin pad. It could have been a pin, but maybe Oleg knew that it wasn't a pin. That's why he didn't protest. He had a protest which he didn't use in this match. So maybe it wasn't a pin. Maybe it was just something that we couldn't see in real time and they didn't show us the replay in slow motion. After the restart, Oleg Petrenko was already on one foul. When he tried to go sideways, he had a little bit of pronation going on, but he was losing his own wrist too. And that's when he fouled to get a restart. I think it was an intentional foul. After the restart, he went for a flop press and he actually pressed Michael's hand straight down to the pad. But when we saw the slow motion replay, just like right 1 millisecond before the pin happened, Oleg's elbow went off the pad. Like if his elbow stayed there, Michael was not stopping that press. But just to get that extra force, Oleg did that elbow fouls. And genuinely, that was the biggest mistake that Oleg made. Even though Michael's pronation was clearly so threatening that Oleg couldn't even think about top rolling Michael. He was losing his hand, so he just gave it up. But I still think he would have done a little bit better if he kept trying to take Michael's hand, trying to buckle Michael's wrist back, even if he lost his own wrist. But he didn't do that. He went for a flop press in the second round. And that's where I think Michael transitioned into his own press after stopping him after a long time when Oleg was struggling to press Michael. Then I think in the fourth round, he once again fouled out a couple of times. So all of the rounds were same. There is nothing different here. Oleg right off the go went for a flop press. There were a few fouls, a foul on Michael too, false starts on both multiple times. And Michael just patiently waited there. Oleg did not possess any kind of serious threat to Michael with his flop press. The commentators were expecting that maybe Oleg can sit there patiently like Kamil Jablonski did. But Oleg is not a flop presser. He's not Kamil Jablonski. There is only a moment which he realized in the second round that if he stays there too long, Michael is going to pull him out of that flop and just press him down with his own press. So nothing was working for Oleg in this match. Stylistic nightmare. We cannot say that Michael beat a weaker opponent. Oleg is literally the best in the world. No one is close. Only Devon Larratt is, but Devon has announced he won't be cutting to 105 anytime soon. So Michael did really beat the best guy in the world, and that too in such a dominant fashion, and that too at the age of almost 53 years. That is unheard of. The oldest East versus West champion in that, no, Todd Hutchings was also the champion of 105 kg category, but the second oldest East versus West champion. And other than Todd Hutchings, the oldest champion of any league in the world. That is Monster Michael Todd for you. He truly deserved that win. Like Michael can now relax a little bit, or maybe not. Maybe Michael holds 2 title belts. He can probably take the belt away from Ivan Matushenko too. Just imagine nobody, I mean, we cannot say nobody, but in the super heavyweight division, people were not really taking Michael seriously. But as soon as he drops weight, he showed up in a much better shape than what he showed up against Ongarbayev. And now he's suddenly the favorite to take 2 titles. How time can suddenly change. And this is probably a decision that Michael should have made a year ago. And he wouldn't have accumulated those losses against Hermes, Vitali, and Kamil. But maybe those losses made him strong because he trained the super heavyweight way, which he continued for this match too. And now I hope Michael becomes the double champion. I would really love to see that. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again.